Programmatic native advertising is the practice of serving ads that match the look, feel, and function of the web page on which they appear. In other words, branded marketing messages blend with page content, and hence they don't really look like adverts. Since native ads remove the feeling of intrusiveness that most of the other ad formats cause, they tend to engage users rather than disrupting them. Indeed, given that native ads appear as part of regular content, people are more likely to click on them as opposed to traditional banner or video ads. Therefore, native ads typically generate high click-through rates at low costs across all devices, making this form of advertising suitable for any business. Publishers can create and sell native ad spaces through their supply-side platform, while advertisers can buy ad spaces through their demand-side platform. These two platforms are then matched up through real-time bidding auctions. Therefore, the programmatic ecosystem allows advertisers to reach target audiences through hundreds of native ad networks and thousands of publisher websites. Interestingly enough, native advertising has become more and more popular over the last few years. According to a recent study, 62% of the online media bought in the United States in 2019 displayed native ads. It was also predicted that the native ad spend will be $53 billion in the United States alone by the end of 2021. In addition to those, Business Insider has predicted that native advertising will be driving 74% of all ad revenue by 2021. Advertisers have been shifting their marketing efforts towards native advertising because of several reasons. One of the main reasons is ad fatigue. Internet users have been bombarded with banner and video ads over the last years, which typically interrupts them from consuming the content they are interested in. The truth is that the average consumer is exposed to thousands of brand messages a day through both online and offline channels. People are bombarded with advertisements on their way to work, they hear ads on the radio, they see ads on TVs, and the situation gets even worse when it comes to online media, as online adverts feel even more intrusive. Given that native ads blend really well with the content of the websites in which they appear, they do not cause ad fatigue, and hence, they tend to be more engaging than traditional banner and video ads. Another important reason behind this massive adoption is the fact that there is an increasing number of people who got fed up with seeing so many online ads, and decided to use an ad blocker on their browser that prevents ads from showing on publisher websites. An ad blocker is basically a browser add-on. It can be installed in browsers like Chrome, Firefox, Safari, Opera, and Internet Explorer. In this image, we see some ad blocker add-ons available for Chrome. At this point, it's worthwhile to mention that many ad blockers allow users to add and customize blocking rules. That means users can whitelist or block ads from certain websites or select specific ad formats to block. Note that ad blockers do not differentiate between high or low quality ads. Once enabled, both types of ads get blocked. According to research conducted by the Global Web Index, 47% of Internet users globally were using an ad blocker in 2018. Another interesting fact is that most people who use ad blockers are millennials and Generation Z, meaning people between 16 and 34 years old. Many internet users who find online ads very intrusive or annoying, but don't know that ad blockers exist, end up getting to the point where they ignore the adverts entirely and no longer notice them. They know that adverts are there, but they simply don't acknowledge them, even if the advertised products or services would interest them. Nowadays, even a 2-year-old toddler knows how to skip a video advert on YouTube to watch a cartoon video faster. This phenomenon is called ad blindness or banner blindness. The good news for online advertisers is that native adverts don't typically get ignored, because they don't look like adverts. All an advertiser has to do is ensuring that the ad content is interesting, engaging, and delivers on the promise it makes. Some other reasons for this huge adoption are that native ads tend to generate better results than traditional display ads. More specifically, they can generate up to 74% more ad revenue, up to 40 times higher click-through rate, receive 53% more views, and generate 18% lift for purchase intent than display ads. Moreover, millennials and Generation Z consumers prefer to see native ads than display ads. In addition to that, native ads can appear on premium publisher websites such as CNN, The New York Times, Amazon, The Guardian, eBay, Mashable, Condé Nast, and Bloomberg. That gives advertisers the ability to promote their brands, products, or services in articles that are read by thousands of people every day. Another great reason is that consumers can also be reached at every stage of their buying journey. So whether an advertiser's marketing objective is to build awareness, influence people, drive conversions, or maximize sales, native advertising offers an abundance of targeting options that suit any business type. Also, native ads are generally more cost-effective than display ads, which means advertisers spend less money to achieve better acquisition performance than display ads. With native advertising, it's also possible to target very relevant audiences through the use of first, second, and third-party audience data. Because of those sophisticated targeting methods, native advertisers can easily achieve outstanding campaign performance. Moreover, unlike display and video ads that have fixed dimensions, native ads are device responsive. Their placements are flexible and fit well in any device. Last but not least, native advertising campaigns can be used to boost the PR strategy of any brand, whether a public relations crisis strikes or not. Therefore, it's a great marketing channel for brands that want to control their story by promoting positive earned media stories. The native advertising formats have to do with where native advertising content appears on publisher websites. For example, native advertising content could appear within content or product feeds, in between paragraphs of articles, or outside feeds and articles. According to the Interactive Advertising Bureau, there are 3 programmatic native advertising formats: the in-feed native ads, the in-content native ads, and the content recommendation ads. Starting with the in-feed ads, this is the most dominant native ad format. In-feed ads typically appear in content feeds, which feature articles, images, or videos. For example, publisher content websites, news websites, and news aggregators such as Yahoo, BBC, and CNN. In-feed ads also appear in product feeds of e-commerce websites that feature products, services, or app install content. For example, eBay, Amazon, and Etsy. They also appear on social media feeds that contain social content, articles, stories, videos, or images. For example, social media feeds on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and LinkedIn. But, let's take an example. Here, I am visiting BuzzFeed.com, which is an editorial site. Once it loads, I click on the shopping section of this website. Here, we clearly see a feed with suggested articles. If I scroll down a bit, this placement here is an in-feed native ad. Its look and feel definitely matches the design and styling of this website. If I click on this ad, I will be redirected to the advertiser's website, in this case being the website of sleepnumber.com. Now let's take another example. This time I am visiting Yahoo News. Here, we see a feed with suggested articles again. If I scroll down a bit, we see this native advert here. Obviously, it matches the style of the feed, because it has the image on the left side, while on the right side it has the title and description, the font type and size of which match the CSS styles of this website. In-content native ads are similar to in-feed native ads. The only difference is that they are placed on article pages, in between paragraphs of content, rather than in feeds. In-content native ads typically appear on publisher content sites, and news aggregators such as CNN, BBC, and Yahoo. They also match the look and feel of the surrounding editorial content. In this example, we see an in-content native ad in between the paragraphs of an article. As you can clearly see, this image doesn't really look like an advert. The content recommendation ads, also known as content discovery ads, sponsored content ads, and content recommendation widgets, appear alongside or below editorial content, banner ads, or other types of paid content. They are not found inside feeds or in between article paragraphs but look like separate widgets. Above a content recommendation ad, there is usually a disclosure term mentioning "we recommend," "don't miss this," "recommended content," "paid content," or something else that sets the ad apart from the rest of the content. In this example, I have visited an article on CNN.com. At the bottom of this article, there is a content recommendation advert. If we look closer in this widget, we can see that all 4 placements are sponsored links powered by Outbrain.com, which is a very popular native advertising network. So, all those sponsored links are basically native ads. As you can clearly see, those native ads blend really well with the look and feel of this website, and hence they don't really look like adverts. If I click on the 4th placement, I will be redirected to the advertiser's website, in this case being the website of Grammarly. The success of a native advertising campaign can be measured through several metrics. For example, reach, impressions, video viewership, video rate, app installs, post-view and post-click conversions, CPM, CPC, CPA, and ROAS. Depending on the objective of the native advertising campaign, only a few metrics should be picked and analyzed. Otherwise, the analysis process will become very inefficient. I would personally pick those shown in this table.